Hello, Assalamu alaikum. This is Dr. Zeeshan Najam. This is basically Hello, Assalamu alaikum. This is Dr. Zeeshan Najam. This is basically the software engineering domain-based presentation which was required for the faculty shortlisting purposes. This is our first slide. That is, we are actually compare the two models. One is agile and the other is the waterfall. Now we have to see what is the hook that behind this waterfall and the agile. What is the key difference between these two models? Now the food delivery app scenario, uh, and then the key that they plan everything beforehand and adapt continuously. There are two scenarios. One is that you have to prepare, you have to plan everything beforehand before the actual event takes place. Whereas in the other scenario, there is a self-correcting real-time mechanism of a particular software actually correcting itself on the move, on the go. So, like this is thinking on your feet kind of a scenario. As a SDLC software development lifecycle overview, we already know this is a very important concept, a key concept in software engineering. That is, we do this assessment of the requirements and we have our design. We actually come up with our initial design, then development phase. The key phase is development, and then all those beta versions, the testing, and eventually the deployment. That is basically the SDLC. Now we will discuss the waterfall model. The waterfall model is actually the, you could say, waterfall model is the key model where you go from one stage of the development, one stage of the modeling to the other, one block to the other sequentially. There are no jumps, there are no abruptions whatsoever. You move from one to the other. There are no backward movements. There are no feedbacks, no feedback signals. And this kind of a model is for those applications which are like in a way are predetermined and don't have a degree of uncertainty. So they work well in such scenarios. Now comes the iterative model, the agile. Agile model, fast. It is very fast actually. Agile means fast. It is iterative. Like it sprints back and forth. There is the feedback mechanism, and then there is a customer involved. For example, the one we mentioned earlier, the Food Panda or the InDrive, there is constant improvement, continuous improvement. The CQI is being met. Now we will actually compare the two models. One is good for the flexibility, and the other is for the feedback. There is high risk involved in waterfall, whereas there is low risk involved in the agile. Change is difficult to envisage. Change is easier to incorporate. So in a nutshell, we can say that waterfall model is not that flexible as compared to agile. There can be changes, there can be evolutions, there can be steps for improvement. Feature change mid-project, waterfall struggles, agile. This is another case study where there is, for instance, there is a slight change, a feature change, while the project is midway. The software engineering model that adapts quickly, which is agile, would easily surpass waterfall. The waterfall will struggle because it's there is no feedback mechanism. There are no iterations. But agile, since it has a recursive mechanism going on for it, so it will actually adapt very quickly. Startup prefer agile. That is the industry inside. Government prefers waterfall. Obviously, the agile is customer oriented. It's quality conscious. Waterfall is less costly, less complex, easier to understand, but there is a certain degree of compromise in the quality. But nowadays, since we are moving in a very fast paced world, so we are moving towards the hybrid models, which incorporate the best features of both. The conclusion is that there is no universal solution for a particular software engineering model. Engineers must be wise enough to choose which model actually suffices their needs. Plus, they should look out for the context. So, I would complete the presentation on a single voice note, that is, that in today's world, we are evolving. So, we have to remain really flexible if we have to come up with a real good application for that purpose. Thanks a lot.